I get into this week's sailing episode, just want to remind everyone about Keel Dragger Palooza. It's going to be this next weekend, August the 17th, Saturday. We're going to rally around noon or so at White Cove at Catalina Island. So if you're able to come out, drop anchor, grab a mooring, and bring a few beverages of your choice along, and we'll socialize. And I'm getting ready. I'm getting my drone action, so I'm going to prepare, do a little bit of flight training here just because I think I'm a little bit rusty. So we'll practice launches and recoveries and see how that goes, and hopefully get some really cool footage. I want to get everybody's boat on camera and everything like that, which should be pretty cool. And we hope to see you there pretty soon. Hook! All right, if anybody has a drone and they want to get some drone footage, maybe you could bring yours. I don't think this one's gonna fly anymore. Monday, August 5th, about 9 a.m. It's been a month since we've been out. Been pretty busy with life, downsizing a little bit with the house situation, and trying to get the boat ready for bigger adventures. So it's been kind of a whirlwind few weeks, and I'm excited to get back on the water. But most of all, I'm excited because I've got some of my favorite crew. We've got Evo, the grandson, and Junior watching the bow. So it's great to be out with my son and grandson. It's always a special time out here. We're gonna spend 3 or 4 days just screwing around. I think we're gonna go to 2 harbors today. There's not much wind. Maybe there'll be more in the afternoon. We've been working on the varnish a little bit, which is coming along, but we still have another couple of coats of varnish, so I don't know if I want to drag lines across it yet. So we'll see. Maybe we'll put up the main. I haven't decided whether I want to put the rub strakes back on, because we've got a little bit of additional work to do here. Other than that, we're gonna head to the fuel dock and fuel up. We've got enough diesel to get us around for the week, but we'll go ahead and fill her up since it's been a little while. And we're all provisioned and kitted out and ready to go. Pelicans, seagulls, cormorants, all hanging out at the bait station. Got these fire engines here practicing. Looks like they're testing spraying water, which is actually pretty cool. We are full of gas. Took on a couple $100 worth of gas. 43.8, maybe something like that gallons. I'd have to take a look. Actually have nice wind. We've got 12.7 knots coming out of the gate of true wind. We're seeing like 17 apparent, but the challenge is we're kind of motoring into it. So we're 27 degrees apparent. I could bear off a little bit and put up the main, but I'm not going to put the Geno out just because I want to get the varnish work done. Now I've got a couple of shout outs here. One is for Bear, or as we like to also call him, Junior. So my son Mark Jr., who helped get the new solar panels mounted on top of the Bimini. So we went from 125 watt to dual 250 watt in almost the exact same footprint, just a couple inches wider, and that's about it. So we still wound up doing solar panel mounts, the crossbars. Big shout out to Andy, Sailing Vessel Soleil, for the masterful job he did of helping to fabricate these aluminum crossbars. Let's have a look at them. Still need to clean up the wiring here underneath. These are the new panels. You can see a bird's already defouled my new panels, but it's a pretty good secure mount. I'm pretty happy with it. And other maybe just a little bit of cleanup work on the wiring and stuff. It's good to go. We're charging right now. Already getting more yield than we were seeing on the old panels, which is pretty sweet, especially considering I think we started seeing power coming in the panels at like 6:30 a.m. this morning, which is pretty nice. And slowly building. So we'll wash the panels off and see if we can get a little bit better yield. But one thing I really like about these are a little pricey for 250 watt. They're from Rich Solar. They're 16 BBS or whatever bus bar. So they're really pretty good with shade tolerance, and I've been screwing around with partially covering the panels, and they seem to do really well. So I think these are going to work out great. All right, Junior spotted it. There's a little mola behind us, a couple feet or so. So the molas are out. They're summertime. They'll be basking up at the top. We don't want to hit any large ones. Got the George Maersk 7.8 nautical miles away. The CPA of a little over a half mile to 3/4. So another ship coming in behind him. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably go about 30 degrees, maybe 45 to starboard. So we'll clear behind the George Maersk right into these swells, which are actually pretty decent sized swells. And we'll go behind the George Maersk, and then we'll kind of thread the needle behind these, between these two vessels. George Maersk, 2.78 nautical miles ahead of us. So I think we're gonna not use the Genoa, but we will put up the staysail and the main, I think. So we can do a little bit of sailing, getting like 13 knots of wind, and I think the angle's gonna be good for us to fall off. So maybe a little bit slower without the Jenny, but wind's actually pretty decent, and I think we'll get a nice sail. So we're in the shipping lanes right now. We're actually in the northbound shipping lane. We've got the George Maersk across our bow. Another sailboat, looks like they're motor sailing to our port, and we're under sail alone, and about 12 knots true. And we're making about 4.5 to 5 knots. Now, we don't have the Genoa. We've got full main and staysail. So we're a little under canvas, but I didn't want to use the Genoa today because then I'd have to put the rub strakes on and all that stuff, and I want to get the varnish work done first. But anything over 4 knots if we're sailing is good for me. So I'm gonna try and heave 2 out here with the just the staysail this time. We've got the CMA CGN 2D Corin, 1100 feet. We've got a 1.4 CPA. I actually kind of stalled us and turned us into the wind, so we're barely moving forward at this point. Probably just doing a couple of knots, and I'm gonna turn the wheel over more and see if we can heave 2 and just stand by while this cargo ship does its dizzle. So now we're hove 2. CPA is over 2 miles with the ship. You can see we're still doing a little bit of speed. We're going pretty slow. If I look at the bubbles, we're not moving. And we've got about 30 degrees kind of apparent that we're holding like this. So it's kind of light wind to hove 2, but I actually think it's working out well with the staysail. So we can just park right here, and we don't have anything southbound to worry about. That's the George Maersk behind us. So these other guys, this other sailboat that's motor sailing across, he's gonna cut in front, and he'll probably be okay. But we can just hang here, relax, pretty peaceful. We're down to a knot, hove 2, which is great. And then as soon as we get him past us, we'll go ahead and turn and we'll get back on course. Decided to go ahead and motor sail across the southbound lane here. we've got another cargo ship, actually a couple cargo ships coming past this one in front of us. So I'm going to go ahead and try and make time to get us across the shipping lanes, and then as soon as we're clear, we'll see if we can sail again. But for right now, we're bashing into the waves, and we've got a little less. We were at a little bit over 2 miles CPA from CMA CGA 2 to Corn. We're down to 1.13 nautical miles. So we're going to pass port to port, and then we'll cut behind their stern, kind of right in front of us right now. And as soon as we get past them, we will go about another 45-50 degrees over to port to head us towards the isthmus over there. Got a little bit of a view of the island. So I keep inching over here to port. We've got this guy right in front of us. And then we've got the Costco Thailand back here. So we're running 1.78 CPA, give or take. It's Costco Thailand, and then CMA CGA 2 to Corin with a 0.91. So we're going to keep heading over to port since we're going to sneak in behind the 2 to Corin and try and make sure we're well in front of the Costco Thailand. And as soon as we get across the shipping lanes, then we'll go back to sailing. But for right now, it's motor sailing, and we're still about 30 degrees off. So we'll be able to drop down another 30 degrees and get us headed towards Two Harbors. All right, your CMA CGN to Corin. It's a hair over a mile out, crossing our bow. Not too bad. We're doing about 6.2 knots with just the staysail and the main up. Just dropped the Traveler a bit on the main just to give us a little less weather helm, and let a couple inches out on the staysail. I could probably a little bit more. We're running at 51, 52 degrees apparent. Pretty good angle for us. We can pretty much chill like this all the way over if the wind holds up. It's pretty nice. See a couple of sailboats out there. Nice sailing weather, and everything's pretty chill. It's between 18 and 19 knots of true. We do have a tug that is towing a barge, which looks like maybe it's rocks or something in it. What is it? Little did I think we'd have 20 knots of wind today. It's okay. We're still kind of a little bit of reduced canvas. We're only about 3 miles out, but now I'm thinking about anchoring and or mooring pickup situation, and I want to work through that. A couple miles out, the seas are starting to lay down just a bit, but still at 19 knots of true. Cherry Cove, sailing vessel keel dragger.
Keel dragger, how can I help you?
I'm just right outside the moorings here at Cherry Cove. Wanted to see if you had a mooring available for a 40-foot sailboat for 2 nights. Over.
Stand by, keel dragger. Let me see what I can find for you. Matt Hatter, you on 9?
Listen. Did you hear that shit in the background?
What, Matt Hatter?
No, it sounded like somebody fucking moaning in the background, dude. I'm not kidding.
Okay, I need you guys to stand by outside of the cove and wait for an assignment. I'll be right with you. Copy that.
Drew, put the bow on and then start running the sand line. That's all that is. I know, you got it over the boat up front there. All right, we're at the mooring. $235, $152 for 2 nights here at Cherry Cove on a 46-foot mooring. And today I'm cooking with Keel Dragger. We're gonna have glizzies, some Nathan's famous Angus beef franks, and some kind of chicken sausage. So the first thing we're doing is boiling water. Then we're gonna put the glizzies in the water after it heats up, and then we're gonna turn off the water and let it cool down a little bit, and then we're gonna put the hot dogs into the buns, and then we'll dress them. And that's it for today. Morning. It's about 7:30 Tuesday morning. Sun's starting to come through the fog a little bit. A little bit of a advisory today, dense patchy fog, visibility of 1 nautical mile or less, but we're gonna spend all day here at the mooring tied up, and then tomorrow we'll move on. But it's kind of cool. We're before, like, you couldn't see the hill in the background very well, but you could see just kind of the antenna sticking up on top of that hill, which is kind of cool. Coast Guard's repairing, been up against that buoy all night, running their engine. And first I was like, just running their damn generator all night, and it turned out to be the Coast Guard just parked there. So other than that, super peaceful here. Pretty flat in Cherry Cove relative to my anchoring experience mid-harbor, where I usually wind up. So pretty good. Well, we launched the Dink. Junior's tooling around on it right now. 11 o'clock in the AM.
Win.
Evo.
Hi.
Set up. Drew set up to go swimming. Water looks cold and deep.
You guys think you can touch the bottom?
No, it's 50 feet deep here, dude.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, you're not touching the bottom here.
You're drowning before you touch the bottom.
Jumping in.
Of course. It's warm. Yeah. Fucking freezing. Yeah, don't drown me though in the process, okay? Relax. All right, okay, first thing you do is you relax. All right? See, no big deal. Now what you have to do is you have to climb up on that and kick and get up. You can pull on these ropes. Everett, no one ever pees in the ocean. Don't pee right next to me. There you go. See how easy this is? Here I am, just minding my own business. Not really doing anything whatsoever. Looking up at the sky. It's a beautiful sky. There's whales jumping.
The guys decided to stay in the boat. Super duper rain. Just kidding. Everybody's a little tired.
Heading towards Little Fisherman's. Cleared up nicely around the cove here. Still some, looks like a little bit of smog, fog over the water, a little bit of marine layer, but Most of the moorings are open on this Tuesday in August. Kill draggers way over there. These guys in that boat with the blue canvas and blue stripe are stern anchoring. I think the person in the dinghy's got the anchor, stern anchor, and they're going back and kedging. All right, I'm a little late on this Cooking with Kill Dragger episode. We're having spaghetti with meatballs. There you have it. Good morning. It's Wednesday, about 6:15 a.m. Sun is starting to come up. A little bit of cloud cover. Perhaps a little bit of fog. So this is going to be our last morning here at Cherry Cove. We're going to pick up. The boys are still sleeping. Gonna leave before 9 a.m. Not sure where we're gonna head to today. I don't know if we're gonna go over to the backside. I think we may go somewhere else. Maybe we'll go to White Cove. Maybe we'll go to Redondo. Try something a little bit different. All right, 7:10 and we're off. I've not told the boys where we're headed. We're going to Redondo Beach. It'll be a new area for them, and it's been a couple of years or so since I picked up a mooring there. So another new adventure for the boys, and it's flat. True wind of 1.9 knots. We will be motoring. We'll have that slight breeze at our backs, and it's pretty flat, so I think we'll make pretty good speed motoring today. Adios, Cherry Cove. Adios. About 20 to 8. We're nowhere near the shipping lanes, but thanks to AIS and radar, I see a ship there. But I've been watching for a little while, not in the shipping lanes. And this is an 896-foot cargo ship. We're going to have a CPA of 1.31 nautical miles. It's a little bit closer, but we're fine. But look at this. He's doing almost 19 knots speed over ground, and we just saw him. So there's our cargo ship, and you look at this cargo ship from here and it doesn't look like he's moving at all. Just at a glance, you don't see any wake on the bow or anything like that. And this guy's cruising at 19 knots outside the shipping lanes. He's moving. 8 o'clock. We actually have about 13 knots of true, and we're still motoring. Probably still will motor for a while just to charge up the batteries, because for some reason the solar controller is not getting any juice. So we got about 9 knots of true. Went ahead and put up the main and the staysail. We're going to go ahead and motor sail for a little while, getting about 6.5 knots. Pretty decent speed. The wind picks up a little bit, we'll cut the engine, but we'll go ahead and continue to charge her up for now. We're past the shipping lane, so we've got about 8 miles to go. A little less than 8.5. See Palos Verdes. We're going to shoot outside the light. We were actually running a little bit early. Check-in's supposed to be noon. I did check. And they're cool if we tie up a little early, which is no big deal, but we may slow down. I suspect, since we're just running the staysail in the main, we may wind up a little bit closer to noon. It's slowing us down a little, I think. Let's see what we got. 4.6, not bad, about 5 knots. We were doing over 7 motor sailing. All right, we're off the PV buoy. Palos Verdes. Got where this sailboat is here. So we've got the wind kind of heading from the southeast. And I think that sailboat's kind of right on the edge. You can look at the water color change where it just gets flat. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have decent wind pushing us, and then as soon as we get into that spot where it looks flat, another mile or so, it's gonna, wind's just gonna die down. So right now, let's watch this. Right now we're doing 5.4 knots, 9.8 true, and we'll see what we get once we get into this section here. Okay, we're slowing down. Look at this. Winds. Now there's a little bit of apparent wind ahead of us right now. Let's see what we got going on. Down to 2.9 knots and 3.6 apparent, which basically means we're just decelerating as we hit no wind here all of a sudden. Very abrupt, just kind of as I expected. There's Redondo Beach. We're about 1 mile out from the Redondo buoy. That ship out there, that tanker, that's El Segundo. You often see tankers over there. It's kind of a restricted area, so stay clear of that. There's some pipelines and stuff as well. The other side of that is Marina del Rey, which you can't really see from here. We're going to be at mooring A19. $24 a night. Quite the bargain considering the $152 for 2 nights at Cherry Cove. Although it is Redondo, it's not Catalina. So I'm sure we're gonna hear the sea lions tonight. 20 after 11. Just making our approach into Redondo here. It's the pier behind us. And we're gonna be in Alpha 19, which should be at the other end of all the sea lion dock. Got it? What's going on? Feet hurt. I had a question for you. I have a mooring assignment for Alpha 19. Can't I don't know if the line's wrapped or what, but I can't get the pin much out of the water to get the loop to tie up. I was wondering if you guys had another mooring you could assign me to.
Yes, sir. They're actually all available, so if you just want to pick one at your convenience. I don't have anyone there for the rest of this week, so.
All right, cooking with Kill Dragger. We're gonna make an Omnia oven pizza using ingredients that I normally wouldn't use for a pizza. So we're gonna use this Signature Select ready to bake pizza crust. And we had some leftover spaghetti sauce. We're gonna use that for our sauce instead of traditional pizza sauce. And then for sausage, we're gonna have maple Vermont syrup breakfast sausage. I guess this is okay. We haven't had breakfast yet. We'll call it a breakfast pizza. And then some mozzarella cheese. So that's it. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the sausage, and then while we're doing that, I'll put the dough. We'll use about a half of this, so we'll actually have enough for 2 pizzas. And we'll do the first pizza, see how it turns out, and then we'll adjust on the second one. Okay, how's she looking? Wah, there she is. All right, here's the finished product. So this is what we do in the evening here. Redondo Beach at the mooring. Starlink's on. We've got the Olympics. Junior's on his phone, TikToking or something, and Evo is gaming. We're all becoming one with nature and the marine life out here. Surprisingly, the sea lions are pretty quiet, and it's only about 20 after 8. Morning. It's about just a hair before 6:30. We're off and up out. Just pulled off the mooring, and I think we'll be motoring. We've got about 2 knots of wind. Pretty calm here. Yeah, I mean, Redondo is what it is. Smells like birds, like seabird droppings, and sea lions are barking all night long. You can see the fishing boats have been coming in and out of the bait ship here. Little bait barge. So the birds have been flying around, the sea lions have been circling us. Adios, Redondo Beach. Adios. Saw another guy on the way back paddling. These guys must be going from Redondo all the way out to the PV buoy and back. That's a pretty good haul to be paddling by hand. PV buoy. We're going to make our turn over to port towards Point Vicente. So we got about 6 knots of wind filling in right on the nose, of course. In the afternoon, if there's a breeze, it'll be likely coming from the opposite direction. So we continue to motor.